It's the new ferry to Fort Perch Rock cycle ride. We start off at New Ferry, which is approximately 4.5 miles from home, and you can see it's starting to get rather foggy. I'm trying to keep as close to the River Mersey as possible with the roadways. In this clip here you see the River Mersey is off to our right hand side, just following that grass down to the river's edge. So foggy we can't see it today. I'm now going to head up to this footpath here. Follow this track along until we come to a small gate, just wide enough to get the bike through. About coming up to it now. Blue sign there showing the cycle route. Still continuing to be on the foggy side. These houses on the right hand side are reputed to have been owned by merchant captains, sea captains in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Quite large mansion type houses they are. We now come to a road bridge which takes us over the New Ferry bypass, which is a new road, A41 road, which bypasses the village of New Ferry. It's only a couple of miles long, if that. This road now bends to the left and runs parallel to the bypass road, which is just beyond the hedgerow on the right hand side. Now turning away from the bypass, and we head up to the old A41 from Birkenhead. This road, if you continue on this, takes you from Birkenhead all the way through down to London. Turning right again here through a small industrial estate, keeping to the recognised cycle route, which takes us down towards the river again eventually. A small section has been cut out from here to where you see now, which was a bit boring. Nothing to see. It's going to the end of the industrial area. Right hand side, those sheds there, it's the Camel Lerd's shipbuilding factory. Again, this is the A41 here. This new cycle path, very nice, takes us up to the top of the hill. In the distance on the left there is the exit from the entrance to the old Mersey tunnel. You'll see now in front of us Geloda Conveyor Services, which is where my son Alan works. He's an electrician there. See Fleet Auxiliary shipping for refurbishment. Camel Lerd's there. And as we come round to the right, you'll see Birkenhead Priory with the church, and you can actually go inside and up the steps to come out on the top of the tower to have a view over Liverpool and the river. Quite nice. Now heading down towards the river again. This area is called Monk's Ferry because in the 12th, 13th century the monks of Birkenhead Priory used to take paying passengers across to Liverpool and back again as a way of making money for themselves, for the priory. Used to obviously row across. Don't know how long it used to take them. Quite a while, I would imagine. You see the road's a bit frosty here. Path a bit frosty. Never mind, carry on. The fog is cleared, but it's still a bit misty over on Liverpool. You can see the Anglican Cathedral on the right hand side there. Liverpool city centre. Liver buildings there. Bit hard to distinguish because it's so misty. A nice route up to New Brighton, this. Follows the river mostly. Right along the edge of the river. It's quite nice. There you see Liverpool. St George's Dock, the red buildings over there. Or the Albert Dock, I should say. And there's the Royal Irish Ferry at the terminal there. Waiting for passengers or offloading passengers, whatever the case may be. The tall tower beyond the ferry terminal is the intake and extract fan building for the old Mersey Tunnel. U-boat tourist attraction just on our right hand side there. Open to the public, paying public a small fee, a few pounds to get in. The black thing there just in front of us is a replica of an old submarine. It was first built in the 1800s, one of the first submarines that was ever built. It's a replica of that particular submarine. There is a plaque in front of it explaining all about it. Again, we have the blue signs showing us the way. On the tower of the Mersey Tunnel, the old Mersey Tunnel, intake and extract fans. Just about to go around a small inlet dock. Never seen it used at all. Possibly was used many, many years ago. It may well have been where the old oil tankers used to tie up to offload their oil. Not too sure about that. A few months ago this path was very overgrown. Could hardly get through, but people must have complained. And I noticed on one of the previous cycle rides that the council had been along and cleared all the path. It's really nice now to cycle through. Used to have to push all the branches out the way. It was really overgrown. There's the 1 o'clock gun there, the sight of the 1 o'clock gun, that cannon on the plinth there. Used to sound off every day at 1 o'clock PM, 1 PM. Could be heard all over Wirral and Liverpool. Now further on in our travel, just come up to the Wallasey Mersey Ferry terminal, commonly known as the Seacombe Ferry. The old cobblestones. Rattles your bones a bit, this, going over this. And this is the start of the Seacombe to New Brighton promenade proper. Quite a few miles now from here up to our destination at New Brighton. There's signage on the wall there on the left. Building on the left is the intake and extract fans for the new Mersey Tunnel, which goes underneath here, right across underneath the river and comes out North Liverpool. Here you can see the white tracks of the cycle track. We're about halfway now to New Brighton. Just about to stop here to have a breather and have a quick view across the river. The red cranes in the distance are at the docks. Each one of those cranes is between 200 and 300 feet high. They're quite large. Just moving down now, Liverpool city centre on the extreme right hand side, and going back towards Seaforth docks and the exit to Liverpool Bay, then leads to the Irish Sea. Back to the cycle track again. The date is Saturday 9th of January 2021. Weather is really lovely, apart from that fog we had earlier. There's no wind at all, but it is absolutely bitter out. Very, very cold. Well, it looks really nice. Considering we're in lockdown, there's quite a few people wandering around. Probably the sunshine's brought them out. See those cranes on the right hand side again, dock cranes lifting the cargo on and off. Almost at the end of our journey now. That's the end of the promenade. Now coming into New Brighton. And there in the distance, the red building is Fort Perch Rock. Just about coming into view. Floral Pavilion Theatre is that building on the left hand side, the curved roof. On the path round. Almost to the end of our journey. I don't suppose the ice cream man's selling much that day. Bitter cold. The sunshine belies how cold it was. Well, that's the end of our journey. I hope you've enjoyed the trip. See you next time.